Comrades, brothers and sisters, I think we're standing on the brink of a major industrial dispute, which we've probably not seen in Britain for a number of years. We've just seen the election, so the result of 97% yes vote in Holy Roll Mill Group and 95% yes vote in Parcel Force Group, with a 76% turnout, which actually smashed all the anti-trade union laws to smithereens and put. But I tell you what, the mood is so strong in the workplace right now. We've got activists which were disappointed with that result. That's how strong the mood is. So the question is, how did we get that result? And it's right, we did use the social media. We did do that. We did use Twitter. We did use Facebook. And it was great to see these things on Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of it. But what was better for me was standing on the gate and talking to my members day in, day out. The old ways of getting our members up for strike action has never changed. It's putting the arguments to them, but we are kicking an open door. Because I'll tell you this now, the culture in Royal Mail is actually disgraceful. You look on Facebook every week of the year, there's some unit out on strike. And 99% of the time, because the bullying and the harassment you get off management. You've got these PDAs now. And we go and use them, people scan out your doorstep and that. But that tracks us. It's a tag on postman. And in the morning, the manager downloads it. And a yellow dot comes up if the postman or postwoman has been standing for 30 seconds or more. 30 seconds or more. And then you've got to explain why you're standing for 30 seconds or more to the manager. That is the type of management we've got. Rico back. This person, I was going to say something else, I'll be polite here. This person from Germany, and I'll be probably called racist now, because we have called him German, they've accused us of racism. They accused our Deputy General Secretary of inciting racial hatred. That was this week they said that. We've been preparing the strike for 5 years now because we knew when privatisation happened, this battle was going to occur. So we've been preparing it for 5 years. A couple of years ago, we thought it was coming. We had the Fort Bill dispute with a massive yes vote, and we never had to take strike action, and it was viewed by the vast majority of postal workers as a major victory. Since then, what happened? I like to compare that to 1981 with the miners' dispute, when the miners forced Thatcher back. They regrouped and brought in McGregor, an anti-trade union manager. They brought in Rico back, a horrible anti-trade union manager, to take us on. But he's taken on 115,000 angry posties, and be better prepared for a fight here. So, who is this Rico back? Who is this Rico back? He ran a company called GLS in Germany, which Royal Mail bought over. GLS had undercover German reporters gone into the company, and this is how they reported it: slave-like conditions. That was on the German TV, undercover report of slave-like conditions, people working 16, 17 hours a day to make ends meet. That is the condition he wants to bring into Royal Mail. That's the conditions he wants to bring into this. He wants to bring us into the gig economy and bring us down to the lowest term possible. So this is a fight of our lives, as we've said, as a fight. So what has he started off with? He wants to put out our Parcel Force members, but still stay in the Royal Mail group. What is behind that? He wants to break up Royal Mail into small sections and sell us off to the capitalist vultures, which they are. So he then wants to change the package strategy and ditch letter strategy. What that'll mean overnight, anything over shoebox size will be taken by some other drivers. Overnight, 20,000 postal jobs go. That's what he's talking about. USO, Universal Service Obligation, is up for renewal next year and review. 6-day service. He has refused to give a commitment to actually defend it with us. Another 20,000 jobs will go. So what we're fighting for here is 40,000 reasonably paid jobs and a public service, which people want. And then, so the strike ballot happened, 97% yes vote. So under the rules, agreements, we had to go to mediation for 2 weeks of mediation. 2 weeks of mediation, they were not interested. Mediator's report comes in. There's another week for us to review the mediator's report. We asked them for weeks-long talks with them. They refused on the grounds it was mid-term and the kids were on school holidays. That was the answer Royal Mail. So then they wrote to us on Tuesday this week asking for urgent negotiations, and they put 4 hours aside for that. Urgent negotiations with no strings, they said. Well, I think there is strings there when they said, we won't discuss parcel force and you must take strike action off the table until the new year. And that was sort of coincided. It was the same day as the general election was called. So I strongly believe Boris Johnson has tapped him the wing, said, I don't want any fights on the streets, I don't want any strikes when the general election's on, because that'll make the class action in the forefront of the general election, and he does not want that. And make it clear is this: we will take strike action during the general election. So the right-wing media will not only say we stole Christmas, which they will do, we'll probably steal Brexit off them as well, because there will be a general election. So they're saying, they wrote to our members today, saying they don't know why he's one going to strike. We've offered Royal Mail talks. But it's announced to us that yesterday they've just had a £500 million investment to build new parcel depots, mass parcel depots. They're recruiting 5,500 casual labour as we speak to deliver packets between 11 in the morning and 7 at night. They're preparing for a battle. The battle lines have been drawn. We are now going into the biggest battle, I think, at Royal Mail since 1971, which was a 7-week strike, and I wouldn't realise it would be out for longer than a 7-week strike. I think it's going to be the biggest battle we've seen in Britain for a number of years. We have called a special postal executive committee meeting on the 13th of November, where the ballot dates will be announced. It's up for consultation in this next couple of weeks, and I'll tell you something. On 14 days after the 13th of November, that weekend coincides with Amazon Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm just guessing here, but I reckon we'll be out over that whole weekend for 5-day strike action, as I called for a couple of months ago, and that's the tactic we're doing. We are now facing the battle. We need every individual in this room, get around, visit your workplaces, roam your workplaces, get involved in support groups. We're in for a fight to the finish. We need support every single trade union and socialist in this country.